What's going on, y'all? Solo here, and welcome back to my story mode. So, you've seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail, you already know what we're talking about. At the time of this recording, the morning of actually, they announced Sonic Rumble, a brand new multiplayer 32 racer royale situation for iOS and Android, right? It's a new mobile game and it plays a lot like Fall Guys, right? And I guess to cut to the chase. And so, this was kind of a long time coming. We had seen like a beta gameplay leak a couple months ago, like very, very early in its development. We did see the concept for this come to fruition. We saw like a Japanese trailer or something like that. It didn't really do much for anybody. We didn't really know what was going on. It just looked like Sonic and Fall Guys. And so we were like, oh, okay, well, that's cute, whatever, cool, awesome. But as of today, they actually officially released the trailer for Sonic Rumble. So, yeah, this is very interesting as a concept. And, given what we have seen, it doesn't look too bad. You know what I'm saying? It's a very basic concept. It's just a fun little thing that they decided they wanted to do with Sonic. And honestly, I can't really be mad at that, right? So, if I'm being honest here, I actually really like the concept for Sonic Rumble, right? It's got your multiple characters to play as, you've got different Sonic areas, probably, familiar Sonic areas. I'm sure we're going to be running a lot through Green Hill, Starlight Carnival, stuff like that. There's so many different ways that they could utilize this concept that I'm actually kind of excited for it, right? I'm actually signed up for the beta. You could sign up for the beta like right now. And usually with this kind of thing, they have a lot to test out. They're still definitely working on it. It's probably going to be a little while before we actually get our hands on the closed beta. It's still very early, you know what I'm saying? They did say that it's going to be coming out in winter, which means we still have a couple of months before we see any kind of full release. But when it comes to mobile games, they usually come out relatively a lot sooner than we think. So I'm sure that when we do finally have our hands on it, it'll look a lot more polished and stuff like that. Because if we're being real, when we looked at that trailer for the first time, it was a little rough, right? You can see that the frame rate was having a lot of issues and things like that. A lot of characters were doing some weird random movements at times. There was a little clip of Blaze that's going around right now of her kind of like spazzing out and all that. It's kind of crazy, but either way, I'm still very much looking forward to whatever Sonic Rumble has to offer, okay? But with that, I do have a couple of concerns regarding Sonic Rumble. For one thing, it's an app. Not like a console app or anything, it's a phone app. Okay, and one that definitely looks like it's gonna take a little bit of actual power to run, meaning that if you have like an older generation phone, iPhone, Android, whatever, it may not be strong enough to comfortably run it, and it may look a lot like we saw in that trailer this morning. And it's like, okay, fine, I get it, you want a good looking game and things like that, and we're expected to have the technology to run it. Fine, I can see where you're coming from with that, but at the same time, an app? I don't know, man. Apps don't really last more than maybe a couple of weeks, if that, before they just kind of completely fall off the map. Hell, I was really interested in that Final Fantasy app that they had going on, the Final Fantasy Ever Crisis. I barely even played it. I have it downloaded still. I still get notifications, but I was just not interested, especially when we were waiting on Rebirth of all things. I just wanted Rebirth. I wanted my Final Fantasy just like I want my Sonic. And of course, I'm excited that they're working on a new Sonic game and everything like that. One that's probably going to be something of a sequel to Frontiers, and that's really cool and all. Sonic Rumble, while I am looking forward to it, I think I would look forward to it a lot more if it wasn't locked onto my phone, right? And again, I totally get that. Having a good, fun Sonic game that's just completely easily accessible for anybody, it's free, it's just easy. And, that's cool and all, but I feel like we're kind of past the point of a game like this being for phones, right? The entire concept behind this is that it's essentially a Fall Guys version of Sonic. And that's cool. Nobody's complaining about that. That's an actually really fun idea. I really like that concept. But you look at Fall Guys, that started on PC and eventually got ported over to consoles. Why didn't we just start with that? I feel like they're underestimating how many people would actually really enjoy and appreciate a game like this on actual consoles. Me personally, and maybe this is just a me thing, when I'm sitting at home, I'm probably not going to be playing phone games. 9 times out of 10, I don't even play mobile apps anymore like that. I'm sitting here playing Switch, I'm playing on PC, I'm watching something, whatever. If I'm using my phone, I'm using it to like write, read, or, you know, TikTok, obviously. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. Maybe this is just a me thing. It's fine as an app, and I totally get that. I just really hope that this doesn't mean that it's not going to eventually get ported to consoles. I feel like they also could have done this backwards too, because it could have absolutely started as like a console thing and then eventually got ported over to iOS. Is Fall Guys even an app, like a mobile app? Is that a thing? I have no idea. I just know that I feel like it would just be a lot better to start as a console game as opposed to an app. I feel like that would reach a lot more of a real audience. I definitely feel this way because it's kind of another Dream Team situation, at least with this game though. It's not limited to Apple specifically. It's not limited to Apple, what is it, Plus or whatever the game section for Apple is, like the one that you need subscriptions for. Never bothered with that. I did that one time. I used that free trial forever ago when I played the Steven Universe game that they decided to put on there. After that, I used it up, I'm done. I could make another account, I don't care enough, okay? Dream Team as a concept is really cool. They should have absolutely put that anywhere else. There is no reason that that should be locked behind Apple, but you know, they designed the game for phones and stuff like that, so I totally get it. So at the very least, I'm really hoping that if we really are just getting this specifically for phones and stuff like that, we can hook up Bluetooth so that I can use my controller, much like people did with Dream Team and stuff like that, because I want to be able to play this game with my controller. I don't want to be limited to utilizing my phone's controls and stuff like that. That's just so limiting to me. Also, I really hope that this game does come out and it's really polished and it's actually really fun and it does a decent amount of damage as in terms of, you know, earning some money for the developers and stuff like that, because I feel like this is one of the few ways that they're going to be utilizing to kind of gauge like how much people care about this kind of thing and just Sonic in general when it comes to the general public and stuff like that, because this is the first time in ages we're getting a game where we're able to play as just so many different characters. Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Shadow, Eggman, Silver. We saw Jet the Hawk in there. We saw Blaze in there. Characters that have been limited to side games forever. And that is super unfortunate. But at the very least, they're including them here in a way that makes it fun to play, right? So I'm really looking forward to being able to play as them and all that. And hopefully if this does well, maybe this will be their incentive to actually port it to consoles. And eventually, in turn, maybe we'll get, you know, bigger, better stuff that this game could maybe fund and stuff like that. I just really hope, more than anything, that they don't get discouraged if the game doesn't have like a completely strong start or anything like that. Obviously, it's going to need a strong start, and I hope that it gets that, but I don't want them to give up on it too soon, because that's a very common thing with a lot of live service games, is that they just drop so many, too often, right? And this is another live service situation. I want this game to thrive in any way that it needs to so that it can support Sonic and friends and, you know, just the ideas for them going forward, because I really want to see a lot of these characters again in future games. I want them to support this game and actually, you know, give us some really cool crossovers. I think they said something in like somewhere that we're getting actual crossovers and stuff like that with like Persona and other Sega series and things like that. So that'll be really cool, you know, to be able to play as like Morgana in this little thing, Sonic Rumble. So I really hope that they keep doing stuff like that. They do bigger, better crossovers. Hell, it would be funny if they actually had Fall Guys in Sonic Rumble. I think that would be hilarious, right? I feel like they could do a lot with this concept, and I feel like it could be really fun. I just really hope that they support it properly enough to make it justifiable that we're spending enough money so that they can actually get it ported over to consoles, and then they can make it an even better experience where it's running at a comfortable 1080, 60, everything like that on, you know, PS5, Xbox, whatever they got to do, right? So that's really what I'm looking forward to, because again, obviously it's very accessible this way so that it's free and that everybody can play, and I totally get that. That's cool, that's dandy. But I really do want to be able to, you know, play this consistently, and I feel like the best way to do that would be to put this on consoles, because I feel like as an app, I'm gonna forget about it, it's gonna die off, and I may not really think that much of it, especially if it's a battery drainer. Again, if I'm at home, I'm playing my games at home. When I'm out, I don't want to drain my phone battery like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Maybe that's just a me thing. Maybe you disagree. But overall, I am really excited for Sonic Rumble. I'm looking forward to it. As somebody that loves Sonic and Fall Guys, this is definitely a me-coded game. I'm going to be playing the hell out of it. I'm playing as you, too. So, get in gear, pal. Get in gear. But I think that just about does it for my little concern for Sonic Rumble. But say something. Tell me everything that you guys are thinking in the comment section below. Are you excited for Sonic Rumble? Are you looking forward to it? Are you going to play the crap out of it when it comes out on iOS and Android? Or are you not really all that interested? Tell me everything that you guys are thinking in the comment section below, because you know for a fact that I am always, always, always going to be down there with you guys. But with that, yep, it does appear to be skedaddle o'clock. So, I'd like to thank you guys ever so much for watching. I truly do hope you enjoyed. Do me the greatest favor of dropping a like and a comment, and consider subscribing for more content just like this here. And with that, I'm gone. So, thanks again, hope you enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Do me the greatest favor of taking good ass care, and I'll see you all next time.